Hello, everyone. My name is Randy Brantley, and I'd like to talk with you about a whole food plant way of eating. It is a journey that I began a couple of years ago, and something I hope that I can share with you and may help you along. It may not be an easy journey, and you may start out feeling like a zombie, just like I did. Um, I was having some problems, feeling lethargic, some breakouts, and I knew I had to do something different. So I felt that a change would be better. I began to be open about research and ideas, experience, and knowledge. One of the first things I did is I went to the Whole Food Conference in Camarillo, headed up by Dr. Lowe and his wife, who's a nurse, Flo. And I got a lot of good information. I later joined the CHIP program. It was a multi-month program where we met a couple times a week and meals were served to us and got involved with some local clubs and support groups and began to read books and articles that looked at supporting a whole plant food way of eating. And a big thing is sharing recipes. I'm like a lot of people. If it does not taste good, I will not eat it. My problem is I love sweets. That is something that I have to work on. But one great recipe that I got is from Chef AJ, and it was at a conference, and it's an oatmeal cookie recipe. Bananas, very ripe, oatmeal or oats, some cinnamon and raisins. The key is really letting the bananas ripen, almost black in the peel, and then you add your other ingredients, but it's that really ripe banana that makes it sweet. Mix everything in a bowl, um, and then you put it in the oven, usually about 30 minutes, 10 minutes each side. And when I say 30 minutes, you usually have multiple batches. And really, once you make the first batch, you can sort of do things to your liking. If you want it a little thinner, add applesauce. If you're not big on raisins, maybe you want to add strawberries or blueberries. You can sort of play with it and see. But really, the key, I believe, is the bananas. But think about it, it's just bananas, oats, raisins, cinnamon. Stir it up, and you make it into little cookies. And here you can see I've got the mashed bananas and I've got the oats and the raisins and cinnamon. What I love is one bowl. I don't like washing a lot of dishes. Make with a seal pack. And that's a way to cut down on oil. You can use parchment paper. Big thing is trying to stay away from foil. Key to flipping them over, you really need a sturdy spatula. I dip my spatula in water before I flip them over. It makes it a lot easier. Again, I emphasize, check out your oven. You sort of have to eyeball that first time to see how brown you want them on each side. Then we're going to move into smoothies. Wow, that's another key thing in the transition or helping you along the journey is our smoothies. They are better than Vitamita Vegemin. I really believe the Vitamix is probably the best way to mix the ingredients. You may have something else, Blendex, others. My personal is the Vitamix. Is it expensive? Yes, but it is a good investment. And for me, it's the only mixing device I have, so I don't have other things to mix. It's my be all end all. And it's really important, as you saw in the picture, that how the greens and the fruits were in the container. It needs to be 75% greens, 25% fruit. Don't forget to add the flax or chia seeds. If you like it a little thicker, the flax, I don't, I use chias. You must blend at least 2 minutes to open up the seeds so you can get the omega oils from that. And look, you can mix and match kale, spinach, collards, mango, blueberries, tomatoes. You really come up with your own recipe, see what works for you. Um, and I have a little site for you to go to, smoothieshred.com. They have a lot of recipes. I really think once you're doing some research, you'll find some different recipes and combos that you will like. I needed to make a pie chart. Okay, don't eat pie, but you can make a healthy pie crust. You use pitted dates and walnuts. It could be pitted dates and sesame, pitted dates and pumpkins. You may make the pie crust, put fresh blueberries in it, or it could be fresh strawberries in the oven. That can be your pie. Vinegar helps. Um, Sometimes you need a little pick me up, some energy. I know, like a lot of times, the city water doesn't taste that great. Add a tablespoon of vinegar. Salad dressings, you can contain the vinegar in a jar and add blueberries and spices. Ooh, if you really want to pick me up, is making fire cider. The other thing that works for me, sometimes if I am lucky to have an abundance of vegetables, fruits, and I don't want them to go bad, put them in a bowl, cover them in water, and then put a little bit of vinegar. That will prolong it. They can last a week or two in the refrigerator or in a jar, but again, that's a splash, not a pickle. A pickle is totally different, but there's something you also can do with vegetables and fruit. There is less waste when you eat the whole plant food way. One thing I do is my leftover orange peels, lemon peels, limes, put in a jar, cover it with vinegar, let it set for 30 days, and then I got my house cleaner. Compost. You may be doing your own compost, or you may have a friend. You can. What I do, as you see here in a bag, you can freeze it, and I take it to friends that have a much bigger compost than I do. And less waste. Okay. Focus on the journey and the destination. Started out over here feeling like a zombie. I'll never be like the person in the middle. But the person over here on the end, for an old bitch, not too bad. Remember this, little by little leads to a lot. Maybe when you start out, instead of eating meat 7 days a week, you do six. Instead of having sodas every day, you cut out 2 days. Start out small. If you try to do too much at one time, you'll get overwhelmed and you'll be turned off. That's why I believe little by little leads to a lot. I am lucky with these different books that I've listed as references: Dr. Greger, Chef AJ, Patricia Bragg, Thomas Tedlock, Whole Plant Food Conference. I personally know all these people, have met them. They've helped me along with the journey. A lot of good information out there to get you going. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk with you. And I'm wishing you a healthy and happy day.